Sup dudes, my name's Easy, and today I've got one question. What is going on with Helldivers 2? And I'm not going to answer that. That question's for you or anyone else out there that knows, because I seriously have no idea what's going on with this game. I don't think anybody does. For context, we've just got a classic Arrowhead moment here. I can't understand how things like this keep happening. We'll get into that in a second. I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about, but I also ask what is going on with this game in like a broader sense, because how did we go from Game of the Year candidate to this, what we've got now? And it's the best way to put it is what we have now is trash. Fix the game. And obviously, it was never going to actually win Game of the Year, but everyone held it so highly that it would have been nominated or maybe even won for like multiplayer game or something. But now we're at a point that most people they don't even care. You know, a few months ago, people were up in arms about balancing changes and nerfs and stuff like that. But now it feels like the outrage is much less because, again, people just don't care about the game anymore. For me personally, most of everyone I know outside of the community has just stopped playing completely. And it wasn't like a switch one day where they were just like, oh, this game sucks. These nerfs are terrible. I'm out. No, they just stopped playing and moved on to other things. And then in a blink of an eye, they suddenly haven't opened the game in 4 months. And then they just uninstall and never touch it again. But yeah, that isn't to say that nobody cares, because people who are still in the community, still playing and still want this game to succeed are obviously still up in arms. There's just a lot less people in the community in the first place, which I think says even more than anything else, actually. Arrowhead CEO even said 2 weeks ago that he would take criticism any day of the week over nobody giving a shit. And that right there has been my biggest worry since things started going south a few months ago. The fact that there was such massive outrage over the handling of the game meant that people were still here to care and play. But back then, when that was happening, there were major news sources covering it. The big content creators were covering it, and everyone on gaming Twitter seemed to be blowing up over Helldivers 2. And now all that's gone. At least it seems like it, because I don't really see anyone talking about this game anymore outside of Helldivers 2 circles. To further emphasize this point, the game just hit under 10,000 concurrent players for the first time ever. Obviously, this screenshot is taken at godforsaken hours of the night where only people like myself are awake. But still, I think this says a lot. The game's biggest update just came out 2 weeks ago, and somehow we're hitting all-time lows. But that's not why I'm making this video. Like I said, the reason I ask the question of what is going on with this game is because of what happened 2 days ago. And trust me, this is just, it's absolutely absurd. I could literally not make up what I'm about to tell you. It is that insane of a screw up. Before I tell you though, shameless plug, if you're watching this video at a normal time in the day, I am definitely live on Twitch, probably playing Black Myth Wukong, so come pop in, give me your Helldivers 2 hot takes or whatever you want to do. But yeah, come say hello if you like my videos, you'll like my lives too, hope to see you there. Alright, shameless plug over with, back to what I was going to tell you. And if you're in the Helldivers community, you already know what this is. But if you're not, just get ready, because this might be the funniest screw up you'll see all day. So last week, Arrowhead's response to the community backlash over the latest update was that over the next 60 days, they would be aiming to make some specific improvements to the game. Included here is stuff like performance improvements, charger reworks, and some other gameplay fixes. But the thing I want to focus on is that they said they would be updating how the fire mechanic works. And yesterday they made their first improvement to fixing fire damage and saying that they fixed an issue where flamethrower particles would ignore enemies, and the result of this was a nerf. The flamethrower can no longer kill chargers by shooting them in the butt, which was previously something you've always been able to do. And you just can't make this shit up, right? I think this is the funniest thing I've seen all day, because how in the world do you screw this up? Obviously it is a bug and this shouldn't be happening. But that's why I asked the question, what the fuck is happening over there at Helldivers 2? What are they doing in that studio? How does this massive community outrage happen over fire damage being nerfed? And the first thing they do is immediately make it worse. I genuinely have to ask, do they have people playing these changes? Because that would normally be a stupid question. The easy answer is yes. Clearly, in every game development studio, there has to be at least one person, usually a group of people, to test the game on a new patch before it goes live. But this shit just keeps happening over and over and over, and stuff keeps getting released, broken over and over and over. And that makes me think they seriously do not have someone at Arrowhead testing this shit. And if they do, I'm sorry, that person is clearly not well equipped to do the job. But honestly, I don't think it's that. I am at the point that I truly believe that they don't have anyone at the studio at all that is playing the game. I think they just change the numbers around, code whatever, and then click send and hope for the best. That is my only explanation. And I ask again, what the fuck is going on at Helldivers 2? How is this possible? Arrowhead, what are you doing? To double down on this, in this same patch yesterday, they also fixed how ragdolling works when it comes to explosives to reduce how much players get ragdoll around. And people are reporting this change also affected the enemies. So the autocannon has actually been nerfed because of this change. Previously, you were able to stagger automaton devastators by shooting their shield with the autocannon, but now you can't. They just shrug it off and keep shooting. And man, I swear you can't make this up. This is comedy gold. We're going to look back at how this game's first year was managed, and it might be written down in the history books for what not to do when you have the biggest hit of the year on your hands. Ah, man. In the past, I would genuinely be pissed and concerned, but at this point, like most people, I just don't really care anymore and have lost almost all faith in Arrowhead to turn things around. I had a sliver of hope before this patch, but after this, I've lost it, man. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I think most people just don't care anymore and are just moving on. And if I'm being honest, I'm kind of getting there. And for the people who still do care, it's not going very well on that end either. The Helldivers community is basically in a civil war at the moment. I've tried to stay away as much as possible, but I can't lie, reading some of this stuff it's also hilarious. The fandom has created a new faction called the Chaos Divers, who are Helldivers that are rebelling against Super Earth because Super Earth, aka the devs, don't care about us anymore. And you know what? Don't kill me for this, but I think this is kind of cool. The name is a little corny, but I like the concept. I like that people are uniting for this cause of getting the game fixed because the Chaos Divers represent more than just a joke, I think. I assume that most people who say they're a Chaos Diver don't actually play the game much anymore, but they want to, which is why they're protesting or whatever. What isn't cool about the Chaos Divers is that some of them are logging into the game strictly to team kill, which is like the lamest thing in the world. Guys, if you are doing this, please answer one question. Do you have any brain cells? Genuinely, what does killing your team achieve besides ruining the game for other people? For one, you are wasting your own time. If you don't like the game, don't play. For two, you are wasting other people's time who still enjoy playing, which is something you shouldn't ruin just because you may not like the game. And lastly, no matter how many Helldivers you kill, that type of stuff is not reaching Arrowhead in the way you expect. If you really want to make a difference, just stop playing the game, keep dropping the player numbers, and leave a bad review to let them know how you feel. Trust me, if you are team killing to make a point, you're just 100% wasting your time. You can make a bigger difference posting on Reddit or even the Discord, honestly. Anyway, we've met the Chaos Divers now, and the other side of the Helldivers 2 Civil War are the loyalists, I think. I don't really know because there seems to be a lot of sides in the war. Like this post with 5,000 upvotes says that there are loyalists, socialists, anarchists, and imperialists. And I don't know what any of those mean in regards to Helldivers 2. So I guess people are just taking every ist in the book and labeling themselves to pick a side, I guess. I don't know. This comment on this same post really sums it up for most people, I think. Never Fear Steve is here says that, truth is, I don't really want to burn Super Earth. I just want to get back to what truly matters, decompressing after a long day to hang with my Helldiver homies. And if that doesn't pull on your heartstrings, what will? I mean, you're just a monster if you don't relate to that. We just want to have a good time. And right now, Helldivers 2 is not giving that to us. Before I end this video, I just want to run through some more comments because I think some of these are, they're pretty hilarious. And some people are taking their role as a Chaos Diver or loyalist a little too seriously, which creates some prime moments to laugh at Redditors, which is something we can never pass up on. I'm more of a lone wolf. I just don't give a crap about the big things. I just want to finish the job successfully and support my family. That's why I often split up from my team and complete main objectives from other side. That also solves the problem with friendly fire for me. This shit, it's too good. I just imagine this guy as the dude that's like, my friends refer to me as the Rick friend. Being badass comes at a cost.
Friends refer to me as like the Rick friend because like I'm smart and all I do is talk shit about everything because it's fun. Being badass comes at a cost though. Like it's not just fun. Being a cold person makes the world seem colder, but like that's just something I picked up from being cold like myself.
It should say, you whine incessantly and spend hours complaining about a small nerf. You are the minority, and the players that enjoy this game avoid you. Last thing I want to say in this video is that while I was actually scrolling through Reddit, reading these comments, I came across an actual useful post. I know, very rare for Reddit, but this post by heck_flopper is a complete rundown of the current player numbers of the game. I'll link this thread down below if you want to read some more, but he essentially says that Helldivers 2's record low for both Steam and PlayStation players came on August 20th with just 13,000 players, which was also the time the game dropped below 10K on Steam. He also looks at the player numbers during Escalation of Freedom and found out that the game peaked at 62,000 players during that update. Then the next week, it suffered a drop of 42% and reached its lowest ever. So, yeah, not a great state for Helldivers 2 at the moment. These are rough numbers to look at. It doesn't look good. I know this video didn't really cover the reasons as to why the numbers look like that, but my last video definitely did. It's like 28 minutes long and goes over all of the reasons that Helldivers 2 essentially just kind of feels stale right now. So go check that out if you want some more context. Again, I'm probably live on Twitch right now. Come check me out and tell me what you think about all this. For now, that's about it for me. I got to get running. I'll see you in the next one or hopefully in Twitch chat. Bye-bye.